What if the worst thing that ever happened to you was actually part of God's plan for your greatest blessing? The life of Joseph is one of the most powerful stories in the Bible. It is a story of dreams, betrayal, suffering, faith, and ultimate victory. Joseph's journey is found in the book of Genesis, chapters 37 through 50. Joseph was the beloved son of Jacob. His father loved him more than all his brothers and even gave him a special robe of many colors. But this special treatment caused jealousy among his brothers. One day, Joseph had a dream. In the dream, his brothers' sheaves of grain bowed down to his sheaf. Later, he had another dream where the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed down to him. These dreams suggested that one day Joseph would be in a position of authority over his family. Instead of being happy for him, his brothers became furious. Their jealousy turned into hatred. One day, while Joseph was visiting his brothers in the fields, they plotted to kill him. But instead of taking his life, they threw him into a pit and later sold him to traveling merchants. Joseph was taken far away to Egypt as a slave. Imagine how Joseph must have felt. Betrayed by his own family, separated from his father, and forced into slavery in a foreign land. Yet the Bible repeatedly says something remarkable: the Lord was with Joseph. In Egypt, Joseph became a servant in the house of Potiphar, an important Egyptian official. Joseph worked faithfully, and God blessed everything he did. Soon, Potiphar placed him in charge of his entire household. But Joseph's troubles were not over. Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of a crime he did not commit. As a result, Joseph was thrown into prison. Once again, Joseph suffered for doing what was right. Many people would have become bitter or given up hope. But Joseph remained faithful to God. Even in prison, God was with him. Joseph earned the trust of the prison keeper and was given responsibility over the other prisoners. While in prison, Joseph interpreted the dreams of 2 servants of Pharaoh. His interpretations came true exactly as he said. Yet after being released, one of those servants forgot about Joseph for 2 whole years. Then one day, Pharaoh himself had troubling dreams that no one could explain. The servant finally remembered Joseph and told Pharaoh about him. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh. With God's help, he explained that Egypt would experience 7 years of great abundance followed by 7 years of severe famine. Pharaoh recognized God's wisdom in Joseph and appointed him as the second most powerful man in Egypt. Joseph was now in charge of preparing the nation for the coming famine. The years unfolded exactly as God had revealed. When famine struck the land, people from many nations came to Egypt to buy food. Among those people were Joseph's own brothers. The same brothers who had sold him into slavery now stood before him, not recognizing who he was. The dreams Joseph had received as a young man were finally coming true. Joseph had the power to punish them. Instead, he chose forgiveness. With tears in his eyes, Joseph revealed his identity and said one of the most powerful statements in the entire Bible. "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." Joseph forgave his brothers and welcomed his family to Egypt, saving them from starvation. The story of Joseph teaches us that God can use even the darkest moments of our lives for his purposes. Betrayal, suffering, delays, and disappointments do not have the final word. God is able to turn pain into purpose and trials into triumph. Joseph's life reminds us that faithfulness during difficult seasons can lead to blessings beyond anything we can imagine. No matter what challenges you are facing today, remember Joseph's story. The God who was with Joseph in the pit, in slavery, in prison, and in the palace is still at work today. And sometimes, what looks like a setback is actually the beginning of God's greater plan. If you enjoyed this Bible story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more powerful biblical journeys.